Can we talk to the IMV? Can you hear us? No, just press down the regular. Press down the master. Yeah. Yup. You got him? Yup. Perfect.
For both these teams, the playoffs start today. Lose, and your season could be over. Welcome to Laker Turf. You're watching SUNY men's lacrosse only on WTOP 10, where the New Paltz Hawks take on the Oswego State Lakers with everything on the line. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Braden Piers, alongside my color commentator, Kelly C. Kelly, this is as class as it gets to win or go home.
And that's exactly what both of these teams are about to treat it. A loss today could essentially end the season for either side. So expect a fast start and a lot of intensity right away.
And that's because of what's at stake in the SUNY standings. As you can see, Cortland already has clinched a playoff spot already so far. Oneonta and Plattsburgh are both in strong position to be there as well, barring a complete collapse to close out the season. But that brings us to today's matchup where New Paltz comes in with their playoff hopes on the line. For the Hawks, the path is simple. They just need to win their final 2 regular season games, but it doesn't stop there. They'll also need help around the conference with only 4 teams making the SUNY tournament. Their fate is not fully in their control. Kelly, now on the other side, what's the situation for Oswego?
For the Lakers, it is a much more straightforward path. They control their destiny, but there is no margin for error. A loss today could very well end their season. But if Oswego wins out and Potsdam take care of business against Canton, it sets up a massive showdown on Saturday, April 25th in Potsdam with a playoff spot on the line.
So for both sides, it really comes down to this: win, or simply you might be done. But
Absolutely.
But now let's take a look at how these 2 teams stack up on paper. Starting off with Oswego and New Paltz going into this contest.
Yeah, so Oswego comes in 8-4 and New Paltz is 3-10. There's a big gap in scoring. Oswego averaging around 12 goals per game, while New Paltz is just over 8. While Oswego takes more shots, about 44 per game versus New Paltz is 32. Oswego wins more face-offs and turns it over less. Defensively, New Paltz gives up nearly 15 goals per game, and Oswego is closer to 11. So it's really tight numbers, but those tight numbers can be this significant this late in the game.
100%, and I mean, for New Paltz, looking at their season, it's been a grind for them the entire time, especially their last game, which was a good example of the season.
Absolutely, and their last game was against Cortland, where they came out flying with a quick 6-0 start. New Paltz answered late in the first quarter to get onto the board, but Cortland kept stacking in the second quarter, and it was 13-3 at halftime. The game broke open really early, and it never really tightened up, and Cortland controlled the rest of the game. The possession battle wasn't close at all, it seems, and is 27-7 in faceoffs. Ground balls heavily favored Cortland, which was 55-17, and the shot gap was huge, leaving 72 shots from Cortland and only 24 from New Paltz. Turnovers added up to 21 for New Paltz, and the defense stuck on the field for way too long. I think there was a lot that went wrong, but if they can fix if they can fix those things for today's game, New Paltz could be a contender. Now, for those final stats and those final scores, the final score was 24-6 with the Cortland taking the win. The shot margin was 72-24. The faceoffs were 27-7, and the ground balls were 55-17. But looking at what they can focus on, I think they can focus on their offense, and specifically Finn Smith. Finn Smith is still in a bright spot offensively. He had 2 goals in that last game, scored in the first and second quarter, and currently leads his team in 22 goals, 15 assists, and 37 points. Offense absolutely runs through him, and I think it's going to be a tight game if they can really emphasize using Finn Smith and the rest of their offense.
Absolutely. It's going to be exciting to see what they're going to be able to produce with him, and also the matchup between him and D-Pole for Oswego and Colton Marr, who has been normally positioned to take on the top attacker for the opposing teams. But looking at Oswego's last game, they also came off a tough loss as well as New Paltz, and just like in their game, like how New Paltz was against Cortland, the game got away from Oswego early.
Yeah, absolutely. Oswego came out strong and jumped ahead, but Oneonta really answered quickly. There was 7 goals in the first quarter, and then 11-6 at halftime, and Oswego unfortunately just never really recovered from there. But their final what they could do better is they allowed 20 goals defensively. There was a shot margin of 52-38. The ground balls was 51-34. The faceoffs was 23-10 and 20 turnovers under pressure. So they really have to emphasize that when there is pressure on the field, they need to keep the ball in their 6 and keep it controlled from there. But again, you take a look at the numbers and it tells the story. The final score of that game versus Oneonta was 20-10 with Oneonta taking the win. The shot margin, like I said, was 52-38. The ground balls was 51-34 and the faceoffs was 23-10. However, there is still a few bright spots. Braden, why don't you talk about it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, one of the big key contributors on this offense is Hayden Coney. I mean, going into this, that past game against Oneonta got to pick up a goal and assist, 6 shots and goals. He leads the team right now with 26 goals, 36 points on the team, and those 36 points ranked on the team it's tied for second. But also he is first in man-up goals as well with 6. So he's been a consistent scoring threat for this team, and he is going to be a player that if you're the defense for New Paltz, you have to stay close to him. Do not give him room to work with. He is very good with open space in front of him to work with on a lot of his shots. He's very creative with his shots. He could go sidearm, low to low. He is a very tricky shot artist. So whoever is going to be marked up against him, they need to stay on his hips the whole time. They cannot really let him get loose. And so with both of these teams coming off of their losses that they had, Coney and Finn Smith will be both relied on as the top guys to hopefully for either one of these teams get a win. So while we're focused on the men's side here this afternoon, there's also a huge matchup on the women's side. Oswego and Cortland both unbeaten in SUNY play, meaning a true battle of the 2 top teams in the conference. And the stakes couldn't be any higher. The winner earns the number 1 seed in the SUNY tournament and home field advantage. We send it over now to Matt Rudolph, who's following that game for us. What can you tell us?
Yeah, thanks, Braden. An absolute great matchup we got today. Oswego versus Cortland at SUNY Cortland. It's one for the books, especially with the number 1 seed on the line. The Lakers are fighting to go back-to-back number 1 seeds this coming year. But let's take a quick look at the playoff picture. Currently, right now, we got New Paltz sitting at number 3 in the SUNYAC. And number 4, we have SUNY Oneonta. Today, Buffalo State and SUNY Fredonia are going to be fighting for that number 5 and 6 seed. But the main matchup that we want to hear about is the Oswego versus Cortland. Let's take a quick look back in time. 30 years ago, Oswego versus Cortland faced off for the first time in 1995, and that score was 20-2 Cortland. And from the past 29 years, it has been complete domination as well. Oswego not getting a single win until last year. The record-breaking game where Oswego finally beat Cortland 10-8 in the regular season, an absolute miracle. And then proceeded to do it again in the SUNYAC Championship to make history, winning their first ever SUNYAC Championship and beating Cortland for the second time in back-to-back games. Now, coming into this year, it's the first time that we're going to see Oswego versus Cortland again, and it's one for the books as both teams are currently 8-0 in conference play, and they are fighting for that number 1 seed. As I said, the Lakers, if they win today, they will be hosting the SUNYAC tournament here at the Laker Turf Stadium for back-to-back years. Now, for Cortland, we have Sydney Elizadel, who is an absolute tank for the Cortland Red Dragons, as she has 57 points so far this season. And not far behind her, we got number 23, Ashley Melillo, who has 56. So very close. A few leaders are right behind there. 2 players for the Cortland Red Dragons are at 55 points as well. Now, on the other side of the team, we have the Lakers. Alexis Hill, 77 points so far this season. She is a force to be reckoned with. Making a statement for herself. And coming in next is Aubrey Anna Green, a sophomore that's currently holding 44 points this season. And so it's going to be a great matchup here today, but we are going to throw to a quick break, and I will keep you updated as this game continues. Thank you so much.
We had someone who could tell us what we should and shouldn't watch.
Well, do we have a show for you?
Who are you?
What are you doing in my bed?
On Be Kind and Rewind, we will go through and review all your favorite movie franchises.
And tell you which ones you should and shouldn't watch from the perspective of normal movie fans. Well, be sure to check out Be Kind and Rewind on WTOP 10. Go home, that's 3 hours from now.
Maybe that's the best thing you can do.
But after he gets possessed, his show becomes a smash hit.
Now he's got the greenest show on WTOP 10.
A lot of green going on tonight.
We'll be holding on forever.
Don't miss the limited run of
those great people being.
And welcome back to Laker Turf Stadium. It's here we go for the start of the first quarter of play as a quick face-off win from New Paltz. That was thanks to Brendan Lloyd. But all back, we try to get the feed off on that one out of play. And referee is going to say it'll be last touch by Lloyd, so it's going to be Oswego State ball. Quick looking at the goalie battle for today, the tail of the tape. Seamus Ham gets to start in net for the Lakers, as he's been having one heck of a season once again. If you're looking at the stats actually with Hand, 160 saves. He comes in this season, 11.96 goals allowed average, 57.8 save percentage. His save percentage and total saves are both ranked second in the SUNY, fifth in goals allowed average. Coney has it behind goal line extended, and now he'll fit it up top as Oswego's now going to have to deal with freshman goalie Jacob Kenny, who's fifth in saves in the SUNY this season with a total of 148. He also comes in with a 54.8 save percentage and 14.43 goals allowed average. Starwitz tries to drive in through the lane. He has some space. Good defensive work from Walters just to box him out there. And nice check from Walters as Doran LeClaire, the St. Bonaventure transferred. Got pickpocketed there, but he recovers the loose ball. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Shot from Coney, and it's just wide left. But it'll be backed up by Starwitz with 17 seconds on the shot clock. Starwitz carries it up high. Walters on his hips, tries to get by him. 10 seconds to go. Feeds it towards the middle. Shot from LeClaire, and the bouncer is wide left. And it's going to be New Paltz ball. Excellent work defensively by the help of Owen Craker, who got to the ball first. And now the clear gets set up for New Paltz. Their clear is just above 8%. And now we have a slow whistle by the looks of it. It's going to be going against Oswego. So not the start the Lakers are hoping for. As the feed from Ortiz is now down low. Back to Ortiz up top, but he could not handle it. And instead will be taken by Cleary. Cleary feeds it to the right wing to Yomber. Top of the key again to Cleary. Kelly, this offense for New Paltz this year, they have really struggled compared to some of the other teams in the SUNY when you look at the goals per game rankings.
Absolutely. And like you can kind of see here, they're really struggling to really set up that offense and keep those passes connecting. Like, they're doing so right now, but just the communication through everything. That could have been a pass right there that could have gotten them points on the board. But they really need to settle everything down and make sure that they are making the right passes for going up against this Oswego State defense.
Yeah, they only average 8.15 goals per game. That's dead last in the SUNY. It's Cleary. Goes in for the bouncer and off the mask of Hand. And that will stop the clock. As again, it was a slow whistle penalty against Oswego State. And by the looks of it, going to the... It was going to be an offside call going against the Lakers, so... See who's going to be penalized for it. By the looks of it, might be Seamus Hand, the D-Midi. Yes, it will be so. Good to see the man up unit come out for New Paltz. As by the looks of it, it'll probably be a 30-second man up. New Paltz's man up this season hasn't been the best. Completely 31% success rate. That's 6th in the SUNY. They're facing a very good man down unit in Oswego State. 76.9 success rate this season, which has really been solid. Shot, it goes off the iron from Cleary. Winding it up to rip the sidearm, but it goes off the pipe, resets the shot clock. As now that they try to reset, and what a catch up top. And another feed. That was almost a suicide pass that came from D'Angelo, and now the Lakers go the other way with it, as that will be it for the man up.
And as you can see here, this Oswego offense is really trying to settle and set up that offense that they really can emphasize. The New Paltz Hawks had a little bit of trouble when they had a man up, but let's see how Oswego can retaliate to that.
Elston tries to drive his way past Ortiz. Couldn't find a lane though, so he drops it off to Doran LeClaire at X. LeClaire being marked up defensively by Harrington. Now he gets to the left wing to Starwitz. Drives his way top, fires the shot, and it's wide right of the post. Will be backed up by LeClaire. LeClaire at X, he's going to be marked up by Hewlett. Starwitz at the top of the key now. Lakers just cycling the ball around, just trying to see if they can find an opening. Elston goes in the shot, and he stains the top right corner. Step down shot for Garrett Elston as the Lakers draw first blood here at Laker Turf Stadium.
And what a shot that was. As you can see, he's kind of towards the top of the offensive zone and really just rips it to that back of the net. And it was absolutely beautiful. It was through and through. He saw where he needs to go. Number 7, Garrett Olson. He is doing incredible, and I just cannot wait to see what this Oswego offense really does today.
As a draw is taken, yeah, it looks like just no one was able just to get to him on time in the slide. He just was quick just getting set up offensively for the shot, as that was his 22nd goal this season. The shot from Lynn is wide left. Logan Lynn looking to pick up a point for himself. He doesn't have any today. He doesn't have a goal, but the shot was regardless backed up by the Lakers. New Paltz going in this game. It's a very, I'll admit, a young team. They only have 4 seniors on the entire roster, along with 4 juniors. The majority are sophomore and freshmen as Starwitz comes in, and the shot is off the pipe. He beat everything but the post on that, and here comes the clear for the Hawks. As taking it up is Wilbert. Sam Wilbert gets by Postel, and he'll feed it down low as the offense will get set up for the Hawks. Right now with the ball, it's Jack McLaughlin, and he'll just feed it up as the ball's being cycled around by New Paltz. McLaughlin, the Amherst, New York native, and he'll feed it up. So Blake Lyons steps back from Angelo, feeds around towards X to try to feed towards the middle of McLaughlin, but nothing doing. Really good coverage defensively from Alex Kletcha to get in there. And the clear is successful as here comes Keegan Stevens trying to push in transition. Stevens will slow things down and wait for the rest of the opposite midfield to come on. Actually, no, Angelo's going to take a shot, and he scores! The D-Midi Gavin Angelo goes opposite side of the goalie in Jacob Kenny, top left corner, and the Lakers add on to their lead. 2-0.
These Lakers are truly showing a masterclass of an offense, and it is really emphasizing that they are hungry for this playoff spot. Like we were saying before, this can really determine everything for these two teams, and the Lakers are putting on a show for it.
Yeah, they right now have a 2-3 conference record, while New Paltz at 1-4, so Oswego desperately needs to be able to win out to the secure spot in the playoffs as Austin Sroto wins the draw. Angelo's goal is his 2nd of the season as Trey Jones beats it up high to Coney. Again, one player that we've talked about that is going to be very dangerous for this Lakers team. And right now, they're defensively, New Paltz is having Hewley marked up on him. He leads the entire New Paltz team with 20 caused turnovers. But he's also been reckless this year, leading the team with 10 penalties. And what a save! My goodness, from Jacob Kenny. I thought that went in for a second by LeClaire. He tried to go in one hand through the 5-hole. Kenny read the whole way. Excellent save from the freshman. As Hewley takes it across the midfield line, and now will feed it over to Darkangelo. He'll be fed up top. Try to drive his way through the shot, and it's just high on the crossbar from Lyons. But it'll be backed up by Finn Smith. He'll take over with a good amount of time on the shot clock. 8:01 left to go in the first quarter, 53 on the shot clock. Smith feeds it over to Lyons at X. Sikorsky is marked up on him. Feeds it over the middle to Smith, but he could not catch it. Got a little ahead of himself on there, and now the ball is loose. And ground ball taken once again by Klutcha. And he's trying to move his way through the double team and fires a wide pass that is over the head of Coney and goes out of play for a turnover. Looks like Klutcha just rushed things there from the pressure. And now the clear is successful for the Hawks on the excellent feed from Aiden Harrington as he got it to Cleary. Ball being cycled around from Smith for the Hawks, and now it's McLaughlin. Marked up by Sikorsky. Goes to his right in the split dodge, enters towards the hole. Can find him back up top of the shot, and that is saved by hand. Faces first shot of the day right the whole way from Finsmith, and what a nice swim dodge from Sikorsky as the clear is successful as Colton Marr takes it over the center field line. Colton Marr, one of the few standouts from Mount Sinai High School, former teammates with Joey Spolina, Tackman for Syracuse, set the record for most points in a career, and also was recently drafted 3rd overall in the PLL draft by the Maryland Whipsnakes. Starwitz goes to the split dot, goes to his right, feeds it to X LeClaire, back up top to Elston, fires the shot, and it's wide right. He loaded up for that one again. Will be backed up by the Lakers. They have had a little bit of issues of getting shots on goal so far in this contest. That's the feed of LeClaire. And he just got yard sailed. Great work from Ortiz along with the help of Aiden Harrington, the captain. And Ortiz takes it over as now they're trying to push transition, but a little bit of an issue on the feed. Ball is loose. We have a flag on the play. And it's going against the Lakers once again for another offside call as LeClaire just stepped over the center field line and slipped. His momentum took him too far, so another man-up opportunity for New Paltz.
Will they capitalize on it is the question, though, because like we saw before, this Oswego defense is really good at the man-down defense. They are also tracking every single motion of this New Paltz Hawks offense. These Hawks really need to start connecting those passes and really need to anticipate where their players are moving so that they can trick this Oswego State defense.
Yeah, they just do a good job just staying tight, not over pursuing. It's a very well-disciplined man-down unit for the Lakers, I'll admit. As they're trying to move quick, and the shot, and it's in! Quick Sticks works out well as Cleary finds the top right corner. Colin Cleary gets the man-up goal on the 30-second penalty to cut the lead in half to 1.
And like we were just mentioning, they really found those quick passes and were able to really keep the ball moving enough so that the offense could really set those plays up and get that shot off for Colin Cleary.
Yeah, you have to get the defense out of position and moving fast. As long as you're able to hit those passes, it's so effective. Make the defense work. And another face-off win from Lloyd, but actually, no, he doesn't get it. Does not have the speed to get there as Klutcha was able to secure it. Now Sirota takes it the other way. Sirota. See if he's going to try and take it himself. Sirota fires a shot, but it is saved by Kenny. And now here comes the clear for the Hawks, as that's Harrington. And he'll feed it over to Hewley. Drew Hewley tries to juke out of the way and is just able to get through, and another offside call once again going against the Lakers. As just over pursuing, that was Ryan Behringer. As he's trying to pick up the loose ground ball. Ball is loose, and he goes down, and the ball is out of play. But the Lakers shooting themselves in the foot. 3 offsides penalties, all in this quarter alone.
They really have to tighten up on those offsides calls. I know that we saw number 44, Jordan LeClaire really tried to stop that momentum, but he just couldn't get there. And they really need to be conscious of where they are on the field so that they don't have those man down for 30 seconds, because those, while yes, the defense is still pretty good, they need to tighten up more on those offsides calls.
Yeah, you can't give free opportunities away to New Paltz. As again, they're moving with quick sticks. Once again, another 30-second man up. As Cleary takes another shot, and it's wide left. He was looking for his second goal of the day, but couldn't find it. But it'll be backed up by Yombor. Back to Cleary. Top of the key. Now to Yombor. Takes it, Maher at exit, now gives room for Cleary for the shot, and that was redirected. I think Angelo might have gotten a stick on it, and the Lakers will try and clear it out, but it's picked off. As Lyons tries to take himself, but good work by Colton Maher not to give him inside positioning of the hole. But a costly turnover, as although the man up is over for New Paltz, they are still in the offensive end. He's trying to move his way through is D'Arcangelo. Gets at the top of the key. Cleary looking for his second goal of the game to tie this up. Then Yombor will feed it around as ball's being cycled. Haven't seen really much of Finn Smith so far. As trouble for D'Arcangelo to try and get the ball as Angelo was right on his hips. And the ball is still loose. That'll be taken by Cleary. So good work from Cleary to maintain possession of the ball for New Paltz with 30 seconds on the shot clock. And a bad pass from D'Arcangelo goes out of bounds. So a sloppy turnover from the Hawks. As hand will get set up for the clear. She's a Damar, and we'll get it over across the Postel, the former SUNY Brockport attackman who got switched over to midfield. And the clear is fully successful, as now they're waiting for the rest of the offensive midfielders to get on, as LeClaire will take Harrington with them. Now up top to Elston. He already has scored once in this one. Now Starwitz at the top of the key. Pick set up from Postel. Tries to drive his way through the lane. Great defensive work on the effort coming from Walters. He was all over him, and the shot from Elston is in. Make that 2 goals for Garrett Elston. Finds the bottom right corner while on the run, and the Lakers extend their lead back to 2.
What a shot that was to the back of the net. It truly just went right past Kenny. And Garrett Elston is really showing what this Oswego offense is capable of and what they are trying to do and how determined they are to get this playoff spot. And they are just setting up their entire motivation for the rest of this game.
Yeah, he just burned his defender on him, and Lloyd once again trying to win the face-off as he almost had the initial draw one, but it's going to be credited to the Lakers as they were able to get full possession thanks to Joey Zarcone. And he gets the feed to Elston, and he just Odells it from the air. What a catch from Elston as he gets it over the center field line. So the clear is successful for the Lakers as they'll get the offense set back up, just waiting for the rest of the offensive midfielders to sub on, as Postel and company will come on along with Starwitz. Ortiz marked up on Postel. It's going to be Harrington marked up on Elston. Starwitz back to Elston. He's flirting with a hat trick right now. It's Starwitz again. Trying to find a lane, but good defensive work to stay tight from New Paltz. And a low shot is just wide and hits the outside of the net from Hayden Coney. And here comes the clear of the Hawks. Ortiz just gets around the check of Trey Jones. He is a very sneaky attacker when it comes to being able to create turnovers. As the pass, a little bit of trouble trying to haul that in from Yombor. But New Paltz recovers the loose ground ball. And a timeout is called. By the looks of it, I think it's going to be timeout from New Paltz to try to slow things down, as the pressure was coming at them hard towards the end of that. Well, there is so much more to see from your student-run network, WTOP 10. Check out highlights, articles, original productions, news, and much more on our website. Go to WTOP10.com. Again, WTOP10.com. I know we already mentioned earlier today that also Oswego State women's lacrosse is playing today against Cortland. So far, 7:37 left to go in the first quarter play. Oswego up 3-2 on the road as Alexis Hill scored a latest goal to break the tie at 2-2. But now look at this game, look at the stats right now. It's been all Garrett Elston for the Lakers, who has really carried the offense for Oswego State early in this game.
Absolutely. And I know that we were kind of looking at Hayden Coney, but the true star of this first quarter has been Garrett Elston. He has been ripping shot after shot for this Oswego offense and has really been putting the pressure on goalie number 99, Jacob Kenny. He's really putting the pressure to that freshman and is showing, welcome to the big leagues, kid. They really need to put the pressure on and keep giving it to Garrett Elston because he is just going at them and has been very successful and has had two successful goals within the first quarter of this game. It has been truly phenomenal play from Garrett Elston, and I cannot wait to see what the rest of this Oswego State offense does to kind of match up to his level.
Absolutely. Another stat that's kind of been interesting to me also has been the clears. As the shot is just wide, will be backed up by the Hawks, as Finn Smith will actually take it. But the clears, I mean, Oswego State, their 10-man ride has been super effective and very aggressive, but they have not been able to stop the clears of New Paltz, as Finn Smith gets pickpocketed last second. Good work by Colton Marr. Again, it was a matchup we were looking out for, as the ball just is kept from being out of play from Yambor, and he is holding his leg. Looks like he might have pulled a hamstring there. He's definitely limping off. Yeah, it's not a good look for Yambor, even though he's still up. That's definitely a killer for New Paltz. Yambor has been having a really solid season, 19 points, 14 goals, 5 assists. He's third in points on the team, so losing someone as solid as him is definitely going to hurt for this very small Hawks team when it comes to numbers. It's Postel tries to drive down the lane, but great slide for Ulead. Takes it behind it. X. Back up top now to Starwitz. 15 seconds to go in the first quarter. Now to Elston. He's looking for a hat trick. Fires a shot and it goes off the pipe. 5 seconds left. There's a battle of the ground ball as Coney goes down along with Ortiz. Postel has it, trying to get out, and he is pickpocketed by Hewley, but that will do it. Lakers up 3-1 after this first quarter of action, as it was all Garrett Elston to help give the Lakers a decent lead over the New Paltz Hawks in this one. WTOP has a great lineup of fully student-produced original shows with both hits from our show archived to new episodes of everyone's favorites. It can be all found on our YouTube channel or on our website, WTOP10.com. Again, that is WTOP10.com. And now looking back at the Oswego State women's lacrosse game again. I know we just mentioned the score a little bit earlier. They're still right now up 3-2 with 4:33 left to go in the first quarter. Actually, another thing too, I forgot to mention, Alexis Hill has a hat trick. She continues her hot season for this women's lacrosse team as, a flag just got thrown as Doran LeClaire looks like just got penalized by the ref. I don't know if it was just for a stick infraction or for like that the pocket was. Yeah, sorry for a second there. I just saw the flag get thrown and LeClaire looked like he might have some words. It might have been, I think, an illegal stick. I think the pocket might have been too deep from what it looked like, because I know that's what I look at the ref was checking. Well, again, just penalty issues are mounting once up again for the Lakers. And yep, it is. It's a stick infraction. Well, an infraction of the stick. So too deep of a pocket. There's only a certain amount of depth that a certain lacrosse can have when it comes to the pocket. And if you have a very deep pocket, it just gives you an unfair advantage overall. It gives you a lot of whip to work with. So, and also it makes it really difficult for the opponent to even knock the ball out of your own stick. So another costly penalty going against the Lakers.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is going to be costly even more because Leclerc has been helping a lot out on this offense for this Oswego State team. So let's see how that really shifts the balance of everything. And he's down and out for about a minute.
Yeah, and the shots right after the end of the first quarter, 13-8 in favor of the Lakers. 6-4 in shots on goal in favor of Oswego State as well. As Finn Smith helps cycle the ball around for New Paltz. They're 1 for 3 so far on the map. And what a nice catch from Lyons to keep it still in play. As Lyons takes the shot and it hits the outside of the net. And it is going to be Lakers' ball. And Lyons was a little confused there, thinking that the Lakers were able to get to it first, but Angelo will get it. So most likely that will be it for the man up, even though there's 24 seconds left to go in that. As a trouble trying to clear the ball out. Excellent work from the calls. Turnover from Finn Smith. 13 seconds now on the man up as New Paltz again has possession. He just stripped the ball from Angelo. Smith gets to the lines with 3 seconds on the man up. And that will do it back to even strength, so they're now 1 for 4. Smith couldn't find anything, gets to the lines at the top of the key, marked up by Colton Marr, the Mount Sinai graduate. And now it's Cleary. He already has a goal in this one, and he drives behind X, taking with him back there. That's Jack Lamon. Lyons gets it back at X. It's now McLaughlin tries to drive his way through, but good defensive work by Tchaikovsky. Solid it back into the shot down low, and it's in. The low-to-low berries for Nick D'Arcangelo, and Seamus Hand didn't even see it coming. As once again, New Paltz cuts the lead down to 1 as D'Arcangelo picks up his 15th goal of the season.
And we've really got to talk about that teammate action by Colin Cleary and Nick D'Arcangelo. They are working together, really communicating with each other, and are just showing what it means to be a New Paltz Hawk and showing that their communication, while sometimes spotty, those two are always in connection with each other and can get shots off like that.
That was a high shot from near the top of the restraining line. So the defense did a good job keeping the offense from pushing towards the hole, but unfortunately it was a tough shot for Seamus Hand to read as the ball goes out of play. So again, it'll be Hawks' ball. Another shot down low, and it's in again. This time it's the Amherst native Jack McLaughlin. Goes low to hole, low, beats Oswego State goalie Seamus Hand, bottom left corner, and just like that, not even a few seconds later, it's a tie game, 3-3.
Absolutely. And it is seeming that these midfielders for the New Paltz Hawks are just dominating today. We have number 13, Colin Cleary, number 14, Jack McLaughlin, and number 15, Nick D'Arcangelo. All three are the ones that have shot and scored in this game.
Strota gets the quick draw win, and now the Lakers will try and set up to basically redeem themselves in those 2 goals that were given up within 10 seconds of each other. As Hayden Coney has it. Hugh lead marked up on him defensively. Harrington now, actually no, not Harrington, that is Tapatabe marked up on Leclerc. Starwitz fakes the shot, now feeds it off to Postel. Coney, good for a lane, can't find anything, and the Lakers will cycle it around. Starwitz goes for the shot, and the bouncer is wide right, but will be backed up by the St. Bonaventure transfer, Doran Leclerc, with 43 seconds to go on the shot clock. Leclerc will feed it up high to Coney. He fakes it, goes with a shot, and oh my goodness! What a soak from Tabatabe as Coney completely fakes out the pass, and now see it's a time from the ref as Tabatabe just soaked that up high. As Coney, his shots from low to high are just so dangerous, but good work from Tabatabe just to walk it off and also just soak that shot. That could have been a huge goal for the Lakers to break this tie.
100%. And those low to high shots are the most lethal shots ever, because you think that it's going to be a lower shot, but instead it goes to the upper right corner. You never know where those shots are going to go, and it is lethal for any defensive player.
Yeah, and Hewley will help get the clear going, as this clear has been and he just shrugged off 2 guys, and here goes Hewley. Still barreling his way through. Hewley will not take the shot, but goes behind X. The effort from the 6'3" Bronx, New York native Drew Hewley as a little slip up in the transfer of the ball, and now the Lakers will take over. I thought for a second he was going to take it coast to coast to the cage. Parada on a deep ball to Keegan Stevens is completed, as now they'll get the offense rolling as the clear is successful. Looking again at the clear, still perfect on the day for New Paltz, 8 of 8, while the clears for the Lakers, only right now it's 70% success rate for today, 7 of 10, as Starwitz goes in for the shot. What a rip! You could hear that from a mile away, right off the iron and in, low to low for Emmett Starwitz, as the Lakers snap the tie on that shot. 14th goal of the year for Starwitz.
And that's really going to get that Laker motivation back up again. Yes, the New Paltz Hawks were able to tie the score, but the Lakers are not down and out just yet. They are able to keep the momentum moving. We are nowhere near the end of this game just yet. And I think these Lakers are trying to show that they are here to win and here for that playoff spot.
100% again for both these teams. And what a cause turnover created by let's see if it's going to be a cause turnover. Yes, it is. Good work by Stevens as he gets the ground ball. But like I was going to try and say, both these teams, if any of them lose for the rest of the way of the season, they are out. It is a battle for at least one of the last spots. All of the standings is right now. Potsdam is in a pretty decent spot and 3-2 the conference. They sit in 4th. Plattsburgh in 3rd at 4-1 with Oneonta. They're pretty much locks almost for the playoffs. They're not locks yet, but odds are they are probably going to be in it. And then Cortland's already secured a spot at 5-0 in the conference, as Elston takes the shot, and it's just high and wide, and it'll be backed up by New Paltz thanks to Kenny. Already a 3-point day for Elston, up to 45 points this season, 5 points away from the 50 mark. As the clear is successful once again. The ride has not been that aggressive defensively from Oswego so far, as New Paltz has just been able to waltz through the center field line and into offensive territory with ease. McLaughlin has possession marked up by Zarcone. McLaughlin already has a goal, tries to go for the spin dodge, reverses. Zarcone all over him, but he slips and falls. McLaughlin now drawing a double team. Feeds to Smith. And tries to get it over to Darkangelo. Now top of the key. Lions. Takes a man with him, and my goodness, and he is thrown down. Intense physicality from the Lakers as McLaughlin tried to weave his way through with that swim move, but the defense completely denied him. Still, it'll be New Paltz possession with 21 seconds on the shot clock, 9:18 to go in the second quarter as McLaughlin marked up by Zarcone, and Zarcone just bullied him, but that's going to be a flag, and McLaughlin is definitely a little shaken up as he got hit up a little bit high, but again, aggressiveness a little too much for the Lakers, and it's been an issue for especially Joey Zarcone going into this game. He led the team in penalties this season, the total of 9. That's his 10th of the season. So another man-up opportunity for New Paltz, their 5th one in this game already.
There has been so many moments of physicality, but that was the one that really just erupted and ended up with the penalty for the Oswego defense. And once again, like you said, we are in that man-up situation for the New Paltz Hawks. Can they opportunize on it is the question of the day, though.
Yeah, it's a 1-minute slashing call going against Zarcone. As a rip is wide left from Lyons as he went down for the step-down shot. Well, he's still backed up by Smith. Haven't really called his name much today as he's still trying to leave his mark in this one as McLaughlin as at the top of the key. And feeds it over to Cleary as the Hawks will cycle the ball around. Now Bowens thinking about shooting it. Now Cleary has a chance, and what a save from Hand. Had to get down low to make that one. But still Hawks possession. Bowens goes for the shot, and it's just high, and it'll be backed up instead by the Lakers as great work by the long pole Ben Parada to get his stick out closer to the ball, and now the clear will get set up. As he goes cross field to Maher and now takes it over to Angelo, and the clear is successful from the Lakers. And they'll just hang on to it, and that will do it for the man up. So another unsuccessful man up most likely here for the New Paltz Hawks. They are 1 for 5 for today as Arcone comes back onto the field. McConnell drives him through the lane. Great defense as he goes with the shot, and he scores! Spin dodges Ortiz out of his socks and gets the lefty to go in the right corner of the net. Ethan McConnell buries his 9th goal and 9th point of the season to extend the lead back up to 2 for the Lakers.
That is a name we had not heard yet today, but Ethan McConnell, once again, just showing what it means to be a Laker. And just that roll dodge was absolutely perfect, and just getting that shot off from it really brought the energy and brings the Lakers to a 2-point lead as it is 5-3 here at Laker turf.
Sort of battling at it with Lloyd for the draw, and Stevens will pick it up. So a face-off win once again for the Lakers. It's been a pretty solid day for Sirota when it comes to face-offs. He is 6 of 9 in this game so far compared to Lloyd, who has only won 3 of the face-offs. Quick score update as well from the Oswego State Women's Lacrosse game against Cortland. They are now up 4-2 as Abigail Dix helped extend the lead more. As right now the clock is still at 11:43 in the second quarter. Lions feeds it down to X. New Paltz is trying to at least get their offense back in the rhythm. The last time these two teams faced was back on March 29th of last season as that shot goes wide, but it was also kind of a close game then. 11-6 win for the Lakers. They went off to face to New Paltz for New Paltz's breast cancer awareness game. And it was all Corey O'Connor in that one, who had 7 points for the Lakers with a sock trick and assist. Garrett Elston went off in that one with 4 goals for himself. And then looking at New Paltz, Finn Smith didn't have a bad day, 2 points, a goal and assists. And Killian Yomber as well had a goal for himself in that one. As New Paltz is trying to cut back into this lead and stay in the game. McLaughlin goes to the shot, and that is eaten up by Lamon as that goes right off of him. And good hustle from Stevens to get to the ball first, and now they'll get the clear going with 6:23 remaining in the second quarter. Maher. Crossfield passes all the way over to Zarcone on the feed. And he'll move it to Seamus Devine, one of the few transfers on this team. He's from Palm Beach Atlantic University. Coney tries to go through X. Hewley is all over him. That 6-foot frame is deadly. Draws the double team, forces Hewley to collide with his own man, but he feeds it off to McConnell as now Starwitz back out there with Elston. So no Postel this time, who's normally in the first midfielder line with the team. He tries to go low on a tight angle shot, and that is wide left of the cage from Starwitz.
And like we're seeing here, this Oswego offense is not backing down from any of these plays. We have Hayden Coney, who is just drawing players to him and drawing them to trip over each other, it seems.
And we have a change in possession going against the Lakers. So now it's going to be New Paltz taking over. And they are going to try and push transition. Out in front, shot, and it goes in on the fake. Blake Hayden fakes out Seamus Hand on the fast break, and once again, New Paltz cuts the lead to 1 as it's all Blake Hayden with his 8th goal of the season.
That was absolutely beautiful for Blake Hayden. That was a beautiful shot that he got off with the assist by Luke Walters. These guys are working together so well and are just able to get those minute details timed correctly to get those shots off and to fake out the goalie, Seamus Hand.
Again, it's just that clear. It's been so effective. The 10-man ride that we normally see of Oswego that is super aggressive has worked out against so many other teams. Haven't seen much of that today. And also the offense for New Paltz has really picked up. Looking at the stats right now, they are outshooting the Lakers in this quarter 10-6. Shots on goal also in favor of New Paltz 4-2. As the Lakers will have to try and defend again as the Hawks will step up with Kenny. Trying to get the clear going. As with possession of the ball, that is Wilbert. And now gets it over to Lyons, who's marked up by Seamus Hand. New Paltz cycling the ball around, back to Lyons. He's cutting down the lane. Fakes, redirects his, and now gets over to Cleary. He's still looking for his 2nd goal of the contest. And he takes a deep midi back to outside as optimal for him, facing a shorty-on-shorty matchup. Stevens is marked up on him. Goes back to the top of the key. Pass a little low and almost out of reach for Hayden, but he gets the ball back with under 20 seconds to go on the shot clock. 4:03 to go on the game clock. Lyons trying to weave his way through. Good double team and a slide from Klutcha. 10 seconds now to go on the shot clock. Shot, and it's saved by Hand. He just got a piece of it. Well, are they going to say he did? I don't know. I might have redirected it, but the Lakers were able to back it up as it was Devine who was able to take it out, and now the clear will get set up for Oswego State. Right now, the momentum has been leaning towards the direction of New Paltz. We'll see if the Lakers could be able to change that as Behringer has it marked up by Harrington. And that pass was very wide. I don't know if he was trying to target LeClaire there, I think, but it was just well off target. Costly turnover for the Lakers as now the clear gets set up once again for the Hawks as Kenny fires it deep to Lyons, and the clear is once again successful. The clearing has been basically perfect for New Paltz so far in this game today. They are currently 10 of 10 right now. Driving in. Good slide from Colmar, and he forces the cause turnover. Excellent work from the Mount Sinai graduate, stripping the ball right from Darkangelo. As Zarcone will take it over the center field line. As we are slowly getting close to the 2-minute mark of this 2nd quarter of action. LeClaire at X. Feeds it over to Behringer. Behringer being marked up by Harrington. And now it's Starwis at X, who is marked up defensively by the looks of Craker. Craker right on his hips, and now Alston will get the feed. Shorty on shorty matchup, goes to his right. He's looking for a hat trick, fires a shot, and that goes right into the stick of Kenny. 2 minutes to go in this first half of action. And now they're going to try and push transition, and the feed is just low, and it's going to be Lakers ball as initially Craker was trying to say it tipped off one of the Lakers, but the ref doesn't think so, so it's going to be Lakers possession. Seamus Hand getting the clear started is now Marr. Carry along the left wing, and he gets it over to Elston. Allison facing some pressure from Walters, but just waiting for the rest of the offensive midfielders to get on as it's Starwitz. Cuts his way to the hole, fires the shot, and that missile just goes over the cage. It'll be backed up by Behringer with 1:21 to go in this first half. Behringer goes from the roll dodge, tries to cut to the hole, on the shot, and that is eaten up. Good work by Kenny, as he looked like he went almost for a question mark dodge. Nothing doing, is now going the other way with it is New Paltz. Still momentum in favor of the Hawks. They have, as another timeout is taken by the Hawks with just under a minute to go. Lakers still up 5-4 over New Paltz in a very tightly contested matchup.
Absolutely. And I think one player that we really have to mention is Drew Hulde. He has been a power player on this New Paltz defense. He has been taking it almost directly to the goal for the New Paltz Hawks, but also he's been very crucial on those clears, as well as freshman goalie Jacob Kenny. This New Paltz defense is not to be counted out at all.
Absolutely. I mean, I've been very impressed with the way they've been able to really just slow things down for Oswego's offense, really kind of just force them into really tough positions. I haven't really seen the defense really out of position, and they have done a good job just playing compact and not allowing the offense to cut through in the hole. But still, I mean, we'll see what the Lakers will be able to make adjustments offensively, as they've kind of been kept in check as well. I mean, only 2 goals so far in this quarter.
Yeah, I think this quarter really has gone in the favor of the Hawks. They've been doing a lot offensively, but also on defense. There's been so many stoppages by this New Paltz defense. It truly has been a battle of defense for both of these teams. The Oswego State Lakers are very aggressive on offense, but they kind of fall short when it comes to those defensive plays. However, they are going up against the New Paltz Hawks defense, which is really, really crucial.
So to take the ball, start things off is Darkangelo with 50 seconds to go. Feeds it over as the ball's just being cycled around. Now Lyons has it. Good defensive work from Devine just to stay on the hips and now over pursue. Good split dodge from Finn Smith. Again, he's been pretty quiet today so far. Haven't really heard much from him. He doesn't even have a point so far in this game, which is pretty surprising. But again, it's only the first half. Smith goes in and he buries it. Speak of the devil. Finn Smith on the bouncer with 20.1 seconds to go. Just rips it by hand to tie the game up at 5 apiece.
Braden, I think he might have heard you when he said he didn't have a point, because he immediately just rips one to the back of the net right by Seamus' hand. And once again, this game is tied. This is quite the first half of this game, and it's still not over yet. We still have 20 seconds left, so let's see what happens within these next 20 seconds.
Yeah, what a beauty of a goal on a bouncer from Smith. Really tough to save that as he gets his 23rd goal of the season, 38th point, as well as now the Lakers trying to push transition. 5 seconds to go. Trying to have a shot. What a swim dodge with Behringer. Shot is just wide of the net. And the New Paltz Hawks will clear it out, as that will do it for this first half of action. Ladies and gentlemen, we are all tied after one half of play. 5-5 between the Oswego State Lakers and the New Paltz Hawks. Looking at a quick recap of just the stats. Shots still right now in favor of, actually, well, now it's the Lakers that are in favor. 23 shots, 11 on goal for them, compared to New Paltz's 20 shots, 10 of them being on goal. Clears have been very solid again for both teams as well, and even the turnovers has been a little bit of issue for Canton. I mean, not for Canton, for New Paltz as well with 13. And the faceoffs, they're not even that solid with either, only 1-4 of 11, but they have just done a good job capitalizing on the opportunities that they have been presented with compared to the Lakers.
Absolutely. And like we mentioned right before the end of this period, or this quarter, my bad, has been that this is not to be counted out for either one of these teams. They both know what is on the line with this game and what is right at the end of the line for them. They both are coming towards the end of their season, and so this playoff contention really is what is driving both of these teams, and it is just shown in this first half. We are tied at 5-5, and it truly is been a masterclass from both of these teams, both offensively and defensively.
Absolutely, and the only person with a multi-goal game right now is Garrett Elston. Cleary has 3 points so far, along with Elston. But before we get anything else, we're going to step aside for a quick break. But when we come back, we'll hear from Matt Rudolph in the studio with an update from the women's side. Oswego and Cortland at battle still right now for the number 1 seed. Right now, the score is 5-3 in favor of Oswego with 4:24 left to go in the second quarter. You're watching SUNY Men's Lacrosse only on WTOP 10.
Hello and welcome back. I'm Matt Rudolph. Going to give you a quick update about what's going on in the SUNYAC first seed game at SUNY Cortland between the Oswego State Lakers and SUNY Cortland. An absolute nail biter is going on right now. Score is currently 5-3 as Alexis Hill got the Lakers started out hot, 3 straight for her. But right there to answer was Sydney Elizaldo. She put one in the back of the net and helped put the Cortland Red Dragons back into a 2-goal game. Not too long after, Abigail Dix put another one in the back of the net for the Lakers as they went up 4-1. But Ashley Mileto scored again for the Red Dragons, and currently it is 5-4. The half is not quite over yet. There is still about 4 minutes left, and I think the Red Dragons just scored again to tie the game up as my stat sheet was just updated. So looks like we got a tie game at SUNY Cortland for the 1 seed, and I'll keep you updated as the rest of the game goes on. Now moving into standings, we got we got Cortland and Oswego, as I mentioned, fighting for that number 1 spot as New Paltz and Oneonta have clinched the 3rd and 4th seed. Buffalo State currently playing for Fredonia for the 5th and 6th seed. That game is currently, Buffalo State is currently winning that game. Now in the 6th seed spot, we got Fredonia, and then after that, eliminated already from SUNYAC contention is Canton, Morrisville, Potsdam, and Plattsburgh as their seasons came to an end within the last couple of days with their last games. So, couple of nail biters still going on today as the Buffalo State and Fredonia game is at half, and 3 or so minutes remain left in the Cortland Oswego game. We're going to throw to a quick break, and we'll see you back at the turf.
If it's hockey, it's on Hockey Talk.
The hockey gods will bless me again with another victory.
Join Rob Finger and his panel of guests.
Rangers are going to beat them simply because vibes.
Vibes. You are winning this on vibes?
That's a solid argument.
As they take you through the hockey world.
We welcome you with open arms.
Tune into Hockey Talk, only on WTOP.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris. That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts. It's showtime, Chris. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No.
Spin the wheel. You got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to...
$50. You better watch out.
He's gonna swat you like a bug.
That is like not.
You stole it?
Welcome back to Laker Turf as we get set for the second half between the Oswego State Lakers and New Paltz Hawks. Right now the game is tied at 5 between both teams. And watch out for one, there has been an entertainment breach. Austin Kloss and Chris DeLuca hanging out with a new guest every episode. No single episode is the same from the last. Watch only on WTOP 10 as the face-off is about to get started for the opening of the third half. But with 30 minutes still left and a lot still on the line, Kelly, what are you watching for here in the second half?
What I'm watching for in the second half is really which team can capitalize on their defense more. Both of these teams are being very aggressive on offense. Both teams being tied at 5 for goals. I want to see what both of these teams can do on defense and bring to the table in this second half of the game. We're doing pretty good so far with man-down penalties and also man-up opportunities. But I think both of these teams can really emphasize their defense and really tighten it up and make this game that much smoother and that much better.
Absolutely. A quick score update for the women's side is for Oswego State. Right now, at the end of the first half, they are up 6-4 over Cortland as they are looking to win the first seed of the SUNY Axworth playoffs as Coney tries to drive his way in on the lefty and he buries it down low. Hayden Coney snaps the tie not even a minute into the second half as he helps propel the Lakers to a 6-5 lead, as that is the 27th goal for Coney.
And not only that, but Hayden Coney is a senior, so he is really trying to emphasize and lead this team. He's coming from General Brown High School, where he was able to be a very, very strong player, and he's bringing that to the Oswego team and really leading this team forward and showing what it means to be a Laker and kind of setting up the team for success in the future.
And the draw is won by, successfully, thanks to Brendan Lloyd. As now New Paltz will try and get set up offensively, as with the ball, it's McLaughlin. He already has a goal to his name in this one. As now we just wait for the rest of the offensive midfielders to get onto the field. As Cleary has possession. Cleary, and looks like he just completely whiffed on the pass, but the ground ball was picked up regardless by Smith. Here's Cleary, gets it to X. That was over to, now Smith is up top, tries to get it to the hole, and the shot is wide right. Good opportunity for D'Arcangelo looking for his second goal of the contest, but nothing doing. But regardless, he'll be backed up thanks to Cleary.
And I know we haven't seen much of him yet, but Finn Smith really, I think, is going to try and get some points on the board for this New Paltz Hawks offense and just kind of help out his teammates as much as he can.
And now the feed goes over to Smith. Top to keep feed, a little bit low, but regardless, caught by D'Arcangelo. Back to Smith. He'll get down low again to X, to the attacker. That is Lines, marked up by Logan Lynn. Now top of the key is Clearly. New Paltz just cycling the ball around with 23 seconds to go on the shot clock, trying to tie this game back up with 12:39 to go in the third quarter, as Smith, marked up by Marr, fires a shot and tries to go top left corner, but even that shot was going to go past the crossbar and over, but good save from Seamus Hand. And now here comes Ben Parada looking to go on the fast break. Winds up for the shot, and he rips it in! Ben Parada from the restraining line sends a nuke into the cage. What a shot, his first goal of the season.
Brayden, I am speechless right now. From the restraining line, Ben Parada, a defenseman from Setauket, New York, Ward Melville High School, just rips it to the back of the net, right past goalie Jacob Kenny. I have no words to say. It truly was incredible and is just going to keep pushing that Laker momentum forward as they're up now 7-5 on the New Paltz Hawks.
That was a howitzer of a shot. Not only was it his first goal of the year, first goal of his collegiate career. Congrats to the junior defenseman. What a shot. That was just a missile into the cage. That is really difficult for any goalie, especially Kenny, to stop. You just have to hope you're in the right position to at least get a piece of the ball just to knock it down. Elston trying to carry on the right wing. And he feeds it over to X. The biggest lead the Lakers have had this game was only by 2. They're looking to try and extend it, as Doran LeClaire is at X. Tries to draw a slide. And he just gets a shot off, but good defense from Harrington just to basically push out towards the hips, get him off balance on the shot, but he'll be backed up by Elston with 26 seconds to go on the shot clock. Elston taking Ortiz with him. Up high. Goes to the roll dodge and now goes back. Just slips his way through the shot. Oh, and it almost went in. Just goes off the pipe and out. Another chance again to set it up, and the pass is wide of LeClaire, and it's going to be a turnover going against the Lakers.
And like I mentioned earlier, that shot by Ben Parada really just setting the precedent for this Oswego State offense. That was a defenseman that was able to come up and just rip one to the back of the net. This offense really is now going to be motivated by that and just seeing how much they can do with it. I want to see, can they keep up with their other teammates and keep up with each other in that aspect. We have had so many shots from Garrett Elston and Emmett Sarkowitz. I want to see what they can do to really connect with each other and just work on offense together.
I haven't seen a lot also from a couple other guys like Logan Postel for the most part, who has definitely been a decent contributor for scoring for the Lakers. I mean, going in this game, he has 13 goals. I haven't really seen much of him. He's been definitely a good part of the offense outside of just Starwitz and Elston. As now Cleary has the top of the key as New Paltz cycling the ball around with 29 seconds to go on the shot clock. Step down shot is faked by Lyons and now gets it over to McLaughlin. Smith carries towards Axe, bringing Marr on him. Now here's Lyons, marked up by Angelo, drives in the shot, and that is saw in the whole way by hand. Excellent save on his part as he gets the clear going. Good feed to Angelo, and now they're going to try and push on the fast break. Angelo gets the feed to LeClaire, and he's going to choose to slow things down. It was a decent opportunity for a fast break, but nothing doing, so now the Lakers offense will get set up as Coney has it, marked up defensively by Cassidy, the LSM.
And two of these players that we really need to mention are Hayden Coney and number 44, Doran LeClaire. They have been working together so well to get those shots off and assist all of their offensive players. And what a shot by number 8! We have talked about him a lot.
Starwitz.
And then Starwitz. It has been truly an incredible offense display by these Lakers the second we started back up here in the second half of this game.
And it looks like I think it took them too long for New Paltz. They only have around I think 40 seconds or so to get across the straight line. They just took too long on the clear. So now it'll be Lakers possession. But yeah, also what a save from Kenny on the shot from Starwitz. Gotta give credit to the goalie there, as overall he has been having himself a decent game overall. If you look at the stats for him in this contest, 7 saves. So right now hovering around a 50% save percentage. You look at for Seamus Hand, he has 8 saves in the contest. So right now 61.5 save percentage for him today. Starwitz goes to the split dodge. Good defense from Tabatabe as he's back into the game after soaking a huge shot early in the game. That was a great chance for LeClaire as that was almost beautifully set up. He just could not hang on to the ball. That was great defensive work on the part of Wilbert just to disrupt the pass. As a Starwitz fakes the feed. Now he's at the top of the key. Feeds it over to LeClaire, is a little up high from his attack spot. Goes on a split dodge. Fires the shot on the bouncer, but it's still kept in by the Lakers. Trying to set it up again. Starwitz couldn't find anything. Now to LeClaire. Fires a shot, and it's wide. They'll be backed up by the Lakers with 9 seconds on the shot clock. It's Trey Jones who'll get it. Haven't really called his name much today either. And he gets it over to Axe to Elston with 5 seconds to the shot clock. Coney fires a shot late. It's wide left of the net. And that'll be it. As regardless, it'll be backed up by the Kenny for New Paltz. Tabatabe. We'll get the feed over to Cleary. And he's trying to get it over the center field line. He does, so another successful clear again for the Hawks.
These New Paltz Hawks really know how to clear the ball out of it and just completely dominating on every single clear that they've had today. I think they've been 100% successful today, and that has been a crucial part of this.
Yeah, right now, actually, they are 14 of 16. As chance out full, and what a save low from Hand! As walking in was McLaughlin trying to go low to low, but nothing doing, but still kept in offensively by New Paltz thanks to Lyons. But yeah, there has been a lack of pressure on the ride from the Lakers. Another shot is just high and wide, left foot backed up again by New Paltz. As they're really starting to ramp up the pressure offensively here to try and cut the lead back to 1. So Elston surprisingly still out there now as in the D mini spot as he's marking up Cleary. Now McLaughlin has it with 30 seconds on the shot clock. Marked up by Angelo, trying to bull rush his way through. Good slide from Logan Lynn as he just creates the cause turnover, just pickpockets McLaughlin, and now is going the other way with it. And Lynn takes it over the center field line and over the straining line. And he's going to look for a shot of his own, and the bouncer is wide left. And the goalie dives to try and keep to back it up for New Paltz, but Kenny was unsuccessful, so the Lakers will maintain possession. So 0 for 2 today for Lynn, and you can tell he is not happy on that shot. He tried to put everything into it, but nothing doing. Postel beats it down low to Coney. He'll lead marking him up. Trying to drive his way through and get some room, but good defense. Again, Hewley just playing great physical defense. And an awkward pass from Coney rolls out of bounds. Excellent defense from the 6'3" Bronx, New York native, Drew Hewley.
We've mentioned Drew Hewley a lot today, and he really has been crucial in this New Paltz defense. He has been dominating on these clears and dominating on making sure that he is where the ball is and anticipating every single pass that has been made. It truly has been a masterclass of defense from him, and I think he is going to go so far with this, and it's just going to show on this New Paltz defense.
Now he's only a sophomore, but yeah, he's done a good job now pursuing on Coney, using his size to his advantage, trying to battle size on size versus size of Coney, and it's worked out perfectly for him. He's got a caused turnover already in this game. Again, going into this, he led New Paltz with 20 caused turnovers. Jones tries to feed it over the middle of Postel, but that's intercepted by Ortiz. Good defense from him as he doubles back, and now we get the feed to Hewley. And now Harrington, the captain, will try to get the feed over, and is successful as it seems like the Lakers have gone away from the 10-man ride, which is interesting as the clears have been just easy almost for New Paltz in this game. As now Lyons has possession. Takes an exit, now he'll feed it over as they're going to try and get quick sticks going. And the pressure from the Lakers as there's going to be a loose ball push to the back, so it's still going to be New Paltz possession. As taking the ball for them is Hayden. Now Lyons has it. Goes on the roll dodge. Gets it up. This defense of the Lakers doing a good job really pushing them out. And what a stinger from McLaughlin, the Amherst, New York native. Top left corner just goes low to high, and once again, New Paltz cuts the lead to 1. It's 7-6 in favor of the Lakers.
It truly has been a battle of the offenses today. I think this Oswego State defense is truly feeling the pressure coming off of this second half of this game. They are truly trying to get every single thing right while also letting go the biggest factor of this, and that has been the clears. New Paltz has been so successful on their clears. I don't understand why the Oswego State defense hasn't really been capitalizing on making sure they're being aggressive on the clears, but for some reason, it's just not happening. And I think they need to capitalize on that more, while also number 26 takes it straight down and is saved by number 33, Seamus Hand, the goalie, and it's again taken by Seamus Hand. This has been an incredible defensive display by Seamus Hand and the rest of the team.
I was just going to step in for a second. Yeah, oh my goodness, that was a blown opportunity for New Paltz, just driving in on the fast break, and they could not put away any of those chances. Clutch saves from Seamus Hand as the Lakers offense will try and get set up, but that goal from McLaughlin, his second of the game. Elston, top of the key. Doubles back and feeds it over to Starwitz. The defense has done an excellent job just limiting the allow the plays to only Elston and Starwitz. He tries to get over to Elston, sets it up, fires, and he gets the hat trick. Beautiful skid pass from Starwitz, hits Elston, and he gets Kenny out of position, buries it left side of the net for the Hattie. Lakers go back up by 2. It's 8-6 Oswego State with 3:01 left to go in the third quarter.
I know you mentioned it, that they were limiting to just Elston and Starwitz, but those two should not be counted out ever. Those two are working together as a well-oiled machine today and have been getting shot after shot after shot into the goals. They are up 8-6 on the New Paltz Hawks right now, and it is showing that these two are powerhouses on offense.
4 points on the day right now for Elston, giving him 40 points on the season. Another face-off win for the Lakers. Quick score update for the women's game. Oswego State right now with 10:32 to go. Actually, 11:37 to go. 10:32 left to go in the third quarter. The Lakers are up 7-4 against Cortland on the road. As 4 goals from Alexis Hill. She's been great. And then also 2 goals from Cassidy Kroos as well. She's been leading the way for the offense. And look at the goalies. Yakovisi with 6 saves for a 60 save percentage. And then for Cortland, the wealth has been spread out. And then if you look at the goalies is Parks with 4 saves, allowing 8 goals. And the shots down low is a little wide up from McConnell. As it went down a little awkwardly. And Coney will back it up as the Lakers again. They're still looking to try and build a bigger lead than a 10-goal cushion. They have not had a lead bigger than that. As the shot from Coney is wide left. But LeClaire backs it up. Again, great pressure defensively from Hewley.
This team is truly showing what it means to be a Laker. Then what a shot!
Jones just deflected. The shot was just deflected. That was dangerously close for Trey Jones. And now Hewley will get the clear going. And it looks like for this game, from what I'm seeing from strategy-wise, from Andrew Daly, the head coach of the Lakers, they moved away from the 10-man ride. 10-man ride, what I mean for those who might not know it, pretty much everybody defensively for the Lakers is marked up on someone, especially even the goalie. But from what we saw, Hand was still staying in the cage, so they're not going for more of that aggressive ride in this contest compared to what we've seen in prior games, especially against Canton, against Plattsburgh State. We got to see that a lot more. And even Brockport as well. McLaughlin gets it over to Lyons. He has had the ball a lot today and a lot of decent chances. Has not capitalized on a goal yet, though. Ben Smith goes to his left, rolls to his right. McLaughlin tries to feed over the middle. A shot and it bounces in. Second goal of the day for Colin Cleary. Gets the top left corner. And once more, with under a minute to go in the third quarter, the lead is cut to 1 by New Paltz. Both teams going at it blow for blow.
And it has truly been a show of teamwork by this New Paltz Hawk offense. Yes, a lot of them are young, but one player in specific is a senior, Colin Cleary. He's the one that just made that goal, and he is showing how to lead this team on the offense, and it's just showing in his play style and showing in everything that he does. And
the face-off win from the Lakers is Clutch trying to take it himself. Tries to feed it over to LeClaire. He just gets it over. And we got a timeout from the Lakers as they want to try to settle things down to get the offense set up with 47.4 seconds to go in this third quarter of play. Make sure to join Rob Finger and his panel of hockey enthusiast guests on Hockey Talk, covering everything from the SUNY to the NHL. Because of its hockey, it's on Hockey Talk, only on WTOP 10. Definitely check it out with NHL playoffs going on right now, but it's around that time of the year again for both lacrosse and hockey. No, playoffs are, it's well for the pros for hockey, but playoffs are really ramping up for both of the leagues. As again, Oswego State playoff implications pretty much on the line. I mean, they are just hoping at least to win out just to secure a spot. Right now, they are currently 5th in the conference with a 2-3 conference record. As for New Paltz, they're 7th with 1-4. Pretty much if New Paltz loses, they're done for the season. It's pretty much guaranteed. But if the Lakers lose in this game as well, it just makes the road tougher ahead, as the Lakers pretty much, they'd be pretty much done as well. So both teams are looking to just try and still stay alive. As right now, the only team that's been eliminated from the playoff contention is Canton. 0-5 in the conference, and they're 2-7 in overall play.
And speaking of playoff contention spots, on the women's side of things, Oswego was up 8-4 on Cortland. And it has been a tight game all throughout, and it is with 7:05 left in the third period as things start back up here at the Laker turf for men's lacrosse.
And Kroos was able to pick up her third goal of the game for the hat trick, as now Starwitz carries it along the right wing, couldn't find anything down the alley, so now he feeds it over to Coney. 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. McConnell dodges, goes in for the shot, and he tumbles. I think he just got the ball stripped from him, and now going the other way, it's Ortiz. So no fast break opportunity for New Paltz. 13 seconds to go as they're looking to tie this game back up. Driving in McLaughlin, and he gets smoked and still stands up, and he scores! Oh my goodness! The willpower of McLaughlin to shrug off the check and bury the low-to-low shot. 6 seconds left. A hat trick for McLaughlin to tie it up at 8 apiece.
Braden, I am absolutely speechless for the second time this game. He got tripped up and then still made the shot from the ground. That was absolutely incredible. Seamus' hand was not able to get his stick where it needed to be, but oh my goodness, Jack McLaughlin just ripping one straight to the back of the net.
Very difficult shot to do it from, and now Srota trying to take it from the Leclerc shot, and he gets it in! Last second, Doran Leclerc with 0.3 seconds. Srota fakes the shot, and the Lakers steal some momentum back as they will be going in the fourth quarter with a 9-8 lead.
And that was just a complete retaliation. He was trying to get there and absolutely successful at that. It was right off of the face-off, picked off by Austin Schroeder. And Austin Schroeder just immediately passes it to Doran Leclerc, and Doran Leclerc was able to rip one straight past goalie Jacob Kenny.
20th goal of the season for Leclerc. First of the game, as that will do it for the third quarter play. 15 minutes left to go to decide which one of these teams will still be alive for SUNY playoff contention. As we're going to take a look quickly at the team's stats for this game so far. Looking at the third quarter play alone, shots were in favor for shots to total were in favor of Oswego State 15-10, but shots on goal were in favor of New Paltz 9-5. They just have done a better job, I feel, overall, consistently in this game, getting shots on net compared to the Lakers, which is definitely a little surprising because going into this game, looking at both teams, shots on goal percentage of the Lakers was at 63.7%, which was ranked third. For the Hawks, they were fourth at 62.1%.
Yeah, both of these teams have had a lot of opportunities on net, but the New Paltz Hawks are the ones that are taking the shots more and being more aggressive with those shots. As we've seen with Colin Cleary, Jack McLaughlin, and Nick D'Arcangelo, all three of those midfielders have been dominating, and that is two sophomores and a senior that are really dominating that midfield line and also in the attack zone. It truly has been Colin Cleary, Jack McLaughlin, and Nick D'Arcangelo that have just been dominating with this team. But we can't count out Drew Hildy on the defense, just holding down the fort down there, as well as Finn Smith on offense.
Absolutely, and also look at some of the other stats. I mean, I know everyone talks about this in lacrosse, of pretty much what's on the big stat lines that also decides the game outside of goals. It's ground balls. I think that's everything coaches have always been taught. I mean, anyone pretty much, even through high school, ground balls decide a game. The Soroto wins the draw to open up the fourth quarter. But ground balls right now in favor of the Lakers, 26-19. So we'll see. Right now it's showing that possibly Lakers could get the victory here. They still have the lead, but we'll see if they'll be able to do so. What's also hurt them in this game is the 5 penalties. Discipline, though, has been good for New Paltz. They have not been penalized once in this contest.
And one thing I would like to mention is what we just saw is kind of a rarity in lacrosse is the long stick midi. Logan Lynn, number 14, is usually on defense, but he was pulled up to the midfield and won the faceoff.
That was interesting to see as now Trey Jones gets the feed over. Because now the Lakers going to try and push. Shot from Postel, and it's just wide right of the net. Actually, no, it's from Starwitz. They'll be backed up by LeClaire as the Lakers are trying to again add a cushion to their lead. Coney, marked up by Hewlett, and now he gets at the top of the key to Elston. Over now to Starwitz, marked up defensively. That is from Kraker. Skip past to Elston, fires, and now whips over the head of Kenny and over the cage and out of play, but it'll be backed up by LeClaire. 18 seconds to go on the shot clock. Goes on the split dodge, rolls around, fires a shot, and that goes right off of the defender. That's, I think, again, that was Tabatabe, who was, well, actually, no, that was Harrington this time. I was going to say that had been the second shot Tabatabe has soaked. Another hard one, but at that time it was Harrington, the captain. And now New Paltz trying to push the ball the other way, looking to tie this game back up. McLaughlin already has a hat trick to his name. Gets it over to Lyons at X. Will be marked up by Stachkovsky. Lyons goes down the lane. That ball is knocked down by Lynn. It'll be recovered by Smith.
And one name that we've mentioned a lot, but hasn't really been on the board points-wise, is Lyons. Number 1, Blake Lyons. He has been super helpful of assisting his teammates on getting the shots off, but he hasn't really gotten one himself, so I'm sure he's hungry and looking for that shot.
And a bad pass, and Angelo comes away with it. He just shrugs off 2 checks. And there comes the clear to Lynn, and it's successful. And now they might push the fast break. Now here's LeClaire, but he is pushed back. Good defensive work on the part of the captain, Harrington, to slow things down and avoid a fast break scoring opportunity for Oswego State. Also, another quick score update right now for the women's lacrosse team for the Lakers. Up now 10-5 with 1:36 to go in the third quarter against Cortland. As they have just really been starting to take over this game as they're looking to secure the first seed. Starwitz comes in. The shot is saved by Kenny. He just stood him up on that. And there'll be Wilt who takes it over the center field line for the clear. Ortiz trying to cut his way to the cage, but does not get the feed from Smith. And the offense will get set up for New Paltz with 11:42 to go in this fourth quarter of play.
One thing I've seen from this New Paltz offense really is that they're just spreading out across the offensive zone. They're truly trying to spread across as much as they can so that allows as many cuts as possible.
Yeah, they just got to try and get some openings up to the hole, but this defense looks like they're going to say it's a moving pick going against New Paltz, so it's going to be Lakers possession. I was just going to say, the Lakers have done a good job still playing tight and not getting sucked out and pretty much playing too far out with towards wherever the New Paltz players are. They're trying to get the defense to spread out more and create some openings in the hole, but the discipline from the defense has been excellent for the Lakers to stay in tight towards the hole and force a lot of perimeter shots. Starwitz has it near the faceoff circle. As he's waiting for the rest of the offensive midfielders to come on. They'll get over to Coney, who is really up high from his spies at the top of the key. And he gets by Hewley, gets the shot, and it's just wide. But LeClaire will get it, and he just lost it. And they're going to say, since it was last touched by LeClaire, it will be New Paltz possession. Harrington with the cause turnover.
And Harrington has just been orchestrating since that ball went out of bounds. He was starting to call as the second he saw that ball even start to roll. He was setting up his team and setting up his team for that clear, showing what a captain really should be doing, especially when they're on defense.
Excellent work from the captain, Aiden Harrington, the senior D-pole, one of the 4 seniors on this team. There are only 8 upperclassmen on the entire squad for New Paltz, 4 seniors, 4 juniors. And a pass low from Smith and out of play. A little bit of a sloppy feed from him. It's just basic fundamentals. You got to be able to get that feed up higher. It's really tough for anyone, especially for Lions, to make that catch. So, costly turnover for the Hawks as the Lakers will take over his hand. Gets it over to Parada. He already had scored his first goal of his career today as Zarcone has it. Feeds it over to Starwitz as he waits for the rest of the substitutions to come on offensively for Oswego State.
And one player that truly has been leading the charge on offense has been Emmett Starwitz. He has been doing everything he possibly can, getting it to any player he possibly could just to get those points on the board. And it's been showing. Oswego has 9 goals in this game. And yes, New Paltz does have those 8, but it really has been showing, and that was a straight shot from Hayden Coney.
Now be backed up by LeClaire, a little bit dangerous there on the opportunity, but good work to back it up. An excellent save from Kenny as LeClaire. Can't find anything, draws the double team, gets over the shot, and it just trickles in for Elston. Kenny got a piece of it, but not all of it. Back to a 2-goal lead, 4th of the game for Garrett Elston.
And what an assist that was from Jordan LeClaire from the back of the net straight up to Garrett Elston, who has been solid on every single shot he's had. And it just trickled past the goalie, Jacob Kenny. That was just a beautiful shot and a beautiful attempt at a save, but not quite.
And he got part of it with his leg, but just went through the 5-hole, could not stop all of it. Big goal for the Lakers with under 10 minutes to go. And false start going against Rhoda, so it is going to be New Paltz possession. The first false start for any of the face-offs in this contest today, as it's going to be Colin Cleary with the ball. He is flirting with a hat trick in this one. Driving down the lane. And nice swim dodge. Shot. And what a missile! Oh my goodness! That ball had a family! What a shot from Nick D'Arcangelo! Buries it top left corner. Just right past Seamus' hand. And again, the Lakers' lead is cut to 1. Second goal of the day by Nick D'Arcangelo.
And what a shot that was. I don't know how fast that ball went, but it rattled the cage. And it just completely went past the goalie, Seamus' hand. That was a mind-boggling shot. And that is one that not many goalies could save. So it was a good attempt by Seamus' hand, but it just couldn't get there in time.
Had all the space in the room to work with, and just the slide came late. It is really tough for a goalie to stop a lot of those high-power shots. You just have to have very quick reflexes to be able to make that save or just be in the right position. What a clutch goal, though, from D'Arcangelo. As with that goal, he now has 16 this season. Coney gets it down low, actually gets it up high over to the top of the key. Starwitz. He's being marked up by Cassidy. Draws the double team slide, and now Jones is all the way up high. Fake pass from Elston now to Starwitz. Jones definitely a little up. The attackers are all really up high normally than they would be. Another fake pass from Starwitz. Elston, he's looking for a 5th goal for the game. Starwitz driving his way through. He's got some room to work with. Out in front, and a little tip in from LeClaire. Excellent setup from Starwitz, beating out his defender, and LeClaire read it perfectly, cutting to the cage and left him one-on-one with the goalie. It's another 2-goal lead again for the Lakers.
And what a strategy and what a tactic that was by the offense. They were pulling all of their attacking forward, but no one was looking at LeClaire behind the goal. So Starwitz is able to see this and kind of give him an alley-oop and just jump it right past Jacob Kenny.
Now that was just excellent IQ from Starwitz and the offense overall, and even just LeClaire just to hang back there pretty much on that back post and just to be almost pretty much forgotten about by the defense. Pretty much in that situation, the defense got called ball watching, and ball watching is something I know so many high school coaches will preach their defense to never do. It puts you in the worst situations possible. As now New Paltz will try and get their offense rolling again to cut back again in the lead as another successful clear for the Hawks, thanks to the likes of Blake Lyons. Cleary as an exit now Brings it over to D'Arcangelo. He's looking for a hat trick in this one, as he already has 2 goals today. Lions, marked up by Angelo. Goes to his left on the roll dodge. Back to D'Arcangelo. Shot. And got a piece of it. That was hand. He got it with his foot. And it goes out of play, so that will reset the shot clock. They'll be backed up by the Hawks, but excellent save down low by Hand.
And like we were mentioning before, those reflexes of a goalie have to be so quick. Seamus Hand just dropped to the floor in order to save that one and got it with his foot. Like you mentioned, he didn't even get it with his stick.
And Lions will try and take it now to extra to center the feet, and that just got knocked down. I think Lynn was there along with Marr just to clear up the passing lane. That was a very difficult pass, and now the clear. That feed was a little over of Lamon, but now Coney will secure the ground ball for the Lakers to maintain possession with 6:19 to go in this game.
Hayden Coney is really just setting up his offensive team, and he just passed it to Leclerc, who has been a star player in this game, as he cuts in and kind of sees where he can pass it to, or if he can take the opportunity himself.
Starwitz at the top of the key. And it's Kraker who is marked up on him. And he goes to the roll dodge. Good work by Kraker not to over-pursue and stay on his hips and push out. That is excellent textbook defense on his part. Postel draws the double team. Back to Starwitz. Struggles to handle the ball, but gets it back. 25 seconds to go on the shot clock. Elston goes to the split dodge. Great work from the defense of Walters. This defense has been excellent and just now pursuing. But what a chance! And that shot was just outside. It hits the outside the net. For a second thought, it might have been in, but it gets the outside part of it. So no goal for the Lakers. And it'll be a change in possession as the Hawks will go the other way with it, nearing the 5-minute mark in this final quarter of play.
And one thing to mention is I think someone might have said something during the halftime recap, because we just saw Elston trying to really contest that clearage by the defense of the New Paltz Hawks. He was right there with getting his stick up in the air as much as he possibly could. So I think the Lakers are really going to try and emphasize on defending those clears and really trying to get those shots off.
D'Arcangelo on the shot. He gets the Hattie! On the bouncer, all the room in the world, gets by his defender, gets the top left corner. D'Arcangelo brings the game 11-10 with 4:45 remaining as he gets a hat trick.
And what a shot D'Arcangelo has had. He's had so many fantastic shots today. He ripped one just earlier, and that bouncer was just completely sniped past the Oswego defense. And it truly has shown that these guys are working well together, and they're showing that they might be a younger team, but they are still very, very talented.
They got a lot of good young pieces. Sorota's going to drive his way through, tries to set it up, but the offense will slow down. Already for New Paltz, 3 guys on the team today have 4 points. D'Arcangelo with 4 with a hat trick and assist. McLaughlin as well with a hat trick and assist. And Cleary with 2 goals, 2 assists in this contest. So right now, outside with the 4 points, McLaughlin, he has crossed the 20-point mark for the season. McConnell tries his way through and he buries it! Ethan McConnell, his second of the game, goes stick side on Kenny. Gets it just below the lower frame of the stick. Beats out his defender. And the Lakers again increase the lead to 2. It is just back and forth the whole game.
And it has been a consistent effort by both of these teams, but specifically by their midfielders. For Oswego, it has been number 6, number 7, number 8, Ethan McConnell, Garrett Elston, and Emmett Sarowitz. And all 3 of those guys are really working together to get those shots off and making sure that they can get it to the people they need to, even if it's each other, to get those shots off or take the opportunity where they see fit.
And Sorota trying to get the face-off win, but cannot secure the ground ball. And it's still loose. He goes down on the ground. And they're going to say it's a loose ball push going against New Paltz, so it's the Lakers' ball. And a quick score update for the women's game for the Lakers. They are still up. The score is 9-6 with 10:32 the fourth quarter over Cortland. Again, the Lakers looking to try and secure the first seed of the SUNY. While in this game, for men's lacrosse action, the Lakers are trying to secure a playoff spot, as if they lose any of the next 2 games, which includes this, and then their next game come up Saturday against Potsdam, they are done for the playoffs. LeClaire feeds it over, as that's going to be Starwitz. Marked up by, defensively, that was from Craker. Shot from, and that's it in for Elston! 5 goals for Garrett Elston on the low bouncer from all the way to the top of the key. Nobody saw that coming. And for the first time today, the Lakers have a lead bigger than 2 goals, up 13-10 with 3:21 to go in the fourth quarter.
And as they kind of trot off the field there, number 6, number 7, and number 8 have been dominating this game. Ethan McConnell, Garrett Elston, and Emmett Starowitz, all 3 of those guys have just been crucial to this offense and have been really assisting senior number 24, Hayden Conan, and has been truly showing what they need to do on offense in order to get those shots off and really connect them, even if it's taking opportunities from the top of the crease.
And a chance to Schroeder, and he gets it! Austin Schroeder finds the loose ball and was just disappeared through the defense and was left with the goalie alone just to bury it. Nobody saw that coming, and the Lakers are pulling away with this one on 14-10 with 3:14 to go.
With not even 10 seconds later either, too. I don't think the defense could even recover from that. It was just completely a drive forward by this offense, this Oswego State offense, and has been showing they have the motivation and are tripping over each other to really get where they need to in order to get those shots off and get those points on the board.
Yeah, it looks like somebody has a broken stick. I can see a head out there. I don't know exactly who, but the Lakers again have the ball. Straight Jones who has it. But physicality starting to ramp up for New Paltz as they're getting desperate, as they're starting to let this game get away with them. They still have time, but the Lakers can wind down as much time possible. They have 56 seconds of the shot clock, 2:40 on the game clock, with a 4-goal lead. If you're the Lakers, you're feeling a little bit comfortable about this lead.
And like we've seen before, Emmett Schroeder is just orchestrating his offense.
And a shot and almost goes in for Postel. Kenny just gets a good piece of it, and he overthrows the pass, and a nice toe drag from Zarcone as now they're going the other way. Coney tries to step out of the way from the pressure coming from Luke Walters as we're approaching the 2-minute mark in this one. The Lakers could wind this down to basically a minute if they just hang on the ball. Elston goes in for the sock trick! And that is all she wrote. Garrett Elston, nobody covered him. And he's like, I'll just take and win this game myself. Thank you very much. 6 goals for Garrett Elston as the Lakers go up 15-10 with 1:57 to go in the fourth quarter.
If I was the Oswego State Lakers right now, I'd be feeling pretty comfortable with this lead. But do not count out the fact that this New Paltz Hawks offense has been super, super crisp and clean as well. There is less than 2 minutes left in this game, 1:57, with the Oswego State Lakers up by 5 points. And they're just going to keep that momentum going.
That's a season high for Elson in goals for him, as he only got up to a hat trick back on March 28th against Mooresville State. So he already has a sock trick today. And a timeout from New Paltz as they are just desperate to try and just pull off some miraculous comeback with the last 1 minute 40 seconds to go in this final quarter of play.
And I think one thing in specific that they're going to talk about is just relaxing a little bit. Yes, they were rattled by the fact that they're now losing by 5, but I think both teams really need to tighten up a little bit more. But New Paltz especially needs to tighten up on those faceoffs and now tighten up on their defense. And like we kept mentioning, Garrett Elston has been a power player on this offensive team for these Oswego State Lakers. He's had 6 goals throughout this entire game, and just that last one was from basically the top of the attack zone. And it has truly been a masterclass from Garrett Elston on what to do when you have those opportunities, just taking them at any single point that they can. And truly showing what it means to be on the Oswego State offense, and showing that he is going to be one of the leaders of this team, as he is just a junior. He's going into his senior year next year. I think he's going to be the one to set the foundation for what this Oswego State offense is going to look like next year.
Absolutely. And also he has, with his 6th goal as well, that is also one for his own personal record books, I would say. First time, and also the first time in his entire career that he has had a sock trick in a game. So congratulations to him. First career sock trick, as now New Paltz will try and get things going to see if they can cut back into this with 1:27 to go. Makes the shot, and a late turnover almost that was created, but they still get it back. Shot, and that goes off the crossbar. That was ripped by Colin Cleary. He was looking for a hat trick of his own. But still, possession goes to New Paltz, as they cycle it around with 50 seconds on the shot clock, nearing a minute to go in this game. As Cleary gets it over. Now back top the key to Cleary. Shot, and that is high and wide from Lyons. Still looking for his first goal of the game, as now D'Arcangelo will go back to get the ball with 53.1 seconds to go.
And I think one thing that this New Paltz Hawks offense really has to do is, while yes, they keep bringing it out, they need to close in more and kind of start cutting and taking those opportunities when they can.
This defense also for the Lakers has done an excellent job just playing tight. The shot goes off the post again, and it goes the other way. And it's going to be still in possession for New Paltz with 33 seconds to go. McLaughlin gets the feed off, and that was just knocked away by Marr. He saw it the whole way, and Zarcone will get the ground ball as Oswego will try and kill the clock, and that's probably what they're going to do, as Coney has possession for the Lakers. And he's facing pressure, and now LeClaire. And he gets pressure behind and just pickpocketed. 10 seconds to go. Going the other way with it is Walters. Feeds it over, and the pass was just short. And they go behind the back there, and that will do it. The Lakers will hang on this season to the playoffs, as their hopes are not closed off. As for New Paltz, that will be it for them as they fall to 1-5 in conference play. The Lakers improve to 3-3 in conference play, 9-4 overall record-wise, 3-11 overall record-wise for New Paltz.
And what a game that this was for both teams, but especially from the Lakers in that fourth quarter. They really amped everything up and were able to put so many points on the board, especially coming from Ethan McConnell, Garrett Elston, and Emmett Starwitz. All 3 of these guys have been dominating, and specifically Garrett Elston has had a 6 goals this game. It truly has been incredible for this offense from the Oswego State Lakers.
Yeah, career high for him in a game for Elston. Finished with 7 points on the day. But also, you got to get credit also to Seamus Hand as well. 13 saves for Hand and finishing with a 56.5 save percentage. I mean, he just locked down in net when needed to. There were a lot of high-danger scoring chances that New Paltz had, and he completely just shut them down with a lot of clutch saves, especially the one rally where they had back-to-back shots, and he was just able to maintain composure in net and just track the shots. Excellent work today from Seamus Hand.
He truly has been a core player for this Oswego State team. He truly has had so many opportunities to show what it means to be in the goal for this Oswego State team and what it means to really bring it in this game. Seamus Hand is a senior, so he's really trying to make his marks on these last moments here for the regular season, and then we'll see about the playoffs. I think Seamus Hand truly has been a leader of this team and a leader on the defense, orchestrating it how he sees fit and really showing what it means to be a senior on defense.
Absolutely, and we're just going to do. We're actually send it over to Matt Rudolph, who will have a score update for the Oswego State women's lacrosse game against Cortland going on right now.
Welcome back. A quick score update, 11-7 Lakers, or 11-8. Somebody must have just scored. Sorry about that. But a crazy statistic is, we've already mentioned, the Lakers are 2-34 all-time against the Cortland Red Dragons, and they are looking for their first ever victory on Grady Field after winning both of their games last season at the Laker Turf Stadium. A little bit of highlights that we're going to get going into is Sydney Elizadel with 2 goals for the Red Dragon. She's leading along with Caitlin Tietjen, who as well has 2 goals so far, helping lead this Cortland Reds Dragon offense to a victory as they are currently down 4. Another player to be watching out for on the Cortland side is Bella Dembinski. She currently has 1 goal, and they are looking to rally back in the last 6 or so minutes of this game to win the SUNY regular season title. But on the winning team side of the field right now, we have Alexis Hill, 4 goals out of the 11 for the Lakers. She's having an absolute dominant performance, along with Cassidy Crow. She currently just got her hat trick for today, so she's having an amazing day for herself. And then Aubriana Green just punched one in the back of the net to put the score to 3, up 3 goals. She got one off a free position shot, so a great game for her as well. She's looking for a hat trick in these final few minutes. Looking at the rest of this game, there's about, as I said, about 5 minutes left to go. And if the Lakers win, they will have 3 games in a row on these Cortland Red Dragons, and they will host the SUNY tournament here at SUNY Oswego. That's all I got here in the studio. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night.